So I guess we are live. Yeah, let me quickly check the audio. Okay. Hmm. We are live, but there is a problem. Audio isn't working. Let me see. Here everything seems to work pretty good. Oh, all right. Let me see now. Oh, there is some sort of a problem. Just give me a second. Well, okay, there is a problem now. Just give me. All right. The mic is a problem. I hope it's working now. Is it? I hope it's working now. Is it? Yeah, so it's fine. I hope it's working now. Is it? Yeah, so it's fine. Oh shit. So the entire time I was connected to a Bluetooth device. Yeah, so it's fine. So the entire time I was connected to a Bluetooth device. Yeah, so it's fine. So the entire time I was connected to a Bluetooth device. Yeah, so it's fine. So, I was in a big mood to search for some domain names because I've been getting a lot of messages about the XYZs. A lot of registrars have started their own discount thing where you can register a .xyz for under $1. So let's just do the XYZ. So we're gonna do is only the new and only the character, and let's just keep it to under 2, and English is gonna we're gonna pick English only. All right, we need more here, not 25, let's say 200. Gonna hit apply. Alright, I'm gonna change that day 18 to day 19 because 19 never happened. So we have around. Alright, I'm seeing certain names that shouldn't be seen. So no adult names over here. All right, Bible drops. The trick is very simple. When we pick the XYZs, what I believe is, um, I only, if I would register, okay, if I would register, I would only register the ones that are already taken in a popular domain extensions. Okay, so for that, let's just check the registered ones and let's see if we can find something meaningful. So Bong VIP, I don't know, I mean, so when you see this 92, you gotta verify, okay, certain domain names expire, certain domain names, it's a kind of a glitch, so you must check. And obviously this can be a gambling platform, some other platforms that are used for phishing purposes and all, but we're going to find something meaningful. Okay, now log home says 62 domain extensions have been registered. Jobspace.xyz, this makes sense. And okay, I need to adjust the filters over here. Okay, what I usually have here is search volume also, because I mean, why not? So I gotta edit this, everything. So let me just see if I can do it right now. Column manager. So you guys can do as I do. What I usually add is length, if I want to keep it short and do other things. And no, I'm not gonna add this. Logistic generals, no outstanding links, languages. So I'm gonna add this. Global ad competition, I also add this, and even CPC. But let me just quickly add, I don't really go for Wikipedia links. And domain added, I don't really want this too. .de, I don't care about this. I don't care about the .biz. I care about the .com, the .net, the .org, also the .co here. I guess this, oh shit, what did I cancel? CPC. Yeah, so we're gonna save changes and let's see if we can find some good domains now. XYZ. Again the same thing, only characters, no adult names, and maximum 2 word, that's gonna be it. And obviously 200 domain names at a time, because we are only, I believe, 500 or 560 something. So yeah, 565 was the number. So see, now we have this. It's much refined, I would say, but I also keep on changing things. So since we are just using the registered domain extensions, and I will be looking for the search volume also. So this is what it is. So we were here talking about jobspace.xyz. Now I kind of like this name. 6.6k searches as per this, and this just got expired. Jobspace, because these types of domain names people search about it, so this can make sense. I mean, talking about the domain extension, maybe not, it doesn't sound that professional to me, but can be used in a creative way. So yeah, Coco Melon. Okay, now there will be a lot of trademark domain names that will expire. People register them to sell, to do to run ads and do so many things, but this all comes under domain squatting. You must not squat these types of names. You can get into some legal troubles, as I always talk about it, so better be aware about this. Quantum, so obviously a lot of misspelled names will also come. So intraverse, crypto web, live sale, instructional design. low ping gambling news, obviously, detox, is it ing or lng? We can check that, obviously, but when it comes to the .xyz names, what I prefer is dictionary single word domain names. They would make sense, holding on to them would make sense. For the ones who are wondering, if you have seen my recent Instagram stories, I've been posting a lot about the sales, not just XYZ, a lot of domain extensions. All SEO, Kick Live, Geocar, Pathseeker, Bitwizard, include me, get based. Clear cart. Now AI paired with the keyword would make sense, but I don't think so. If a company would have to, go for a name that has AI plus keyword, they would first of all go for a .com and AI. First of all, you just need to make sure that all the other top level domain extensions are being taken. By taken, what I mean is not put up on a sale. If a domain name is on a sale, let's say if AIEase.com is on a sale, AIEase.co.org.net are on a sale, chances of AIEase.xyz to sell is not really going to happen. Okay, I'm talking about the present market scenario. The companies acquire first of all the top domain extensions, then they come up to this. So if AIEase.com is already taken and running, fully fledged running by, there's a website, it's developed and everything is happening, then there will be a chance of these types of domain extensions, because it is a rat race. So when the top level domain extensions are being taken, it creates a surge in the market. This is where these types of domain extensions get sold. So this is how it is. Okay, let me tell you something. I got an update. So it is there is a domain buyer request that I'm just seeing. The person wants a domain name that can be created for AI site, like ChatGPT kind of thing. So the domain extension that the person prefers is .com or AI. The budget is $100,000. So you see what I was talking about, right? It's not a coincidence. But okay, I'm gonna be switching on my cam, not today, but the next live that we do, probably tomorrow. It's just a warm up. Okay, let me just talk. Although I know I go live so late at night that no one watches at that time, but you guys watch after I'm done, when it is uploaded. So I'll not be uploading this. Okay, so I guess there are only 1 or 2 people who are watching it, and you guys mostly text me on my Instagram, and I get some on my X. So that's totally fine. I don't know, but I got 4 likes. I don't know who liked, but okay, if you were the one, thanks a lot. I really don't care about the likes, but okay, it's about I just wanted to record my own domain journey and the love that I have for this, no matter what time it is, So yeah, driven data, just rewards, Jetstack, PinkPay, Hyperbet, LedBet. I have seen a lot of gambling platforms do so amazing in this domain extension that I can't even tell you. So the gambling platforms, there are a lot when it comes to the .xyz domain extension, and I've seen a lot creative, when you talk about the creative industry and even AI related creative industry, they are using XYZ domain extension. So it's not really about the domain extension anymore, it's about the company's creativity. I mean, domain extension does play a role, I'm not going to say that, but it's about the buyer's psychology. If the buyer thinks I'm going to be creative, they're going to do this. You already know there are a lot of celebrities who run their business on the domain extension XYZ. So Every domain name has its own potential. It's just, you need to find the right one. Legislation, social table. Social table. What do you think about this? Social table. I mean, how about a platform where people, gather around, like a social event where you sit and discuss about things, the good stuff, social table. Sounds quite professional, yet creative. Okay. So remember, I just, something clicked when I'm seeing this Elevate Apparel. Remember when I was talking about the fragrance industry blooming and booming? A lot of companies have purchased a lot of domain extension when it comes to, like perfume making and different unique kind of brandable names when it comes to perfumes and this industry is booming. I see so many from the day, I believe it's been like 5-6 months since I really, talked about this industry specifically, like for 10-15 days continuously I was talking about it. And then, there came a boom. Constant registrations of these domain names are happening, and not much people are actually acquiring this domain name when it comes to the guy who are involved into investing in domains. So if you are listening to this, if you ever come across this, maybe this is a time, there's still time that you register such names. So yeah, admire me. If there is ever going to be a domain name that will say I'm obsessed with myself, and I want everyone to be obsessing on me, it's going to be admire me. All right. Task Crew, Pure Deals, Event Wizard, Example Web, Ultimate Challenge, AI United. It's not making sense. Link Studios, Partner, Miracle Maker, Techno Tips, Book Cart. This is a nice name, and I think probably here it says 11 domain extensions running. Book Cart is a good name. I like this. Book Cart. Let me see what bookcart.com is doing. Is it, up for a purchase or what's going on? Let me just see. Bookcart.com. Oh, this is put up on a sale and there are ads running. So it is actually a nice name. I like this Bookcart. But obviously the .com is still available. Coloring World. Okay. Gold Factory. Camp Space. AI Swift. Ocean Coin. Travel Socks. Travel Socks. Does it make any sense? I mean, trekking, maybe those industries. Super Bike. Super Bike. Super Mike. Telecom. Defection. Andrew Hansen. So we looked at around 200 domain names, couldn't find anything good. Let me just see the searched ones, because this is the fun part. Cocomelon, obviously, Solo Leveling, Protothema, Strave, Juggernauts, Slations, Sandalwoods. Now Sandalwood would have made sense, but obviously Sandalwoods would also make sense. You just have to check. Okay, I'm not seeing anything that I would definitely go for. After this, what I'm going to do is, let's just see if we can find any one word meaningful domain names or some AI admire me still, it's just looking for me, I would say. Bad names. Great, how bad it was that it expired. Cinematography course. Miracle Maker. Okay, I'm seeing the same names again. So there's nothing much. Oh, Latin women's, wow. Verified clothing, automation infrastructure, oil pipe. There was a time when the crypto market was booming. I was seeing so many crypto domain names sell every single day, but I don't find it happening now. Affordable, organic. These types of keywords do very well in the .com domain extension. NFT scams. NFT, there was a trend of NFT. I did register so many NFT names, but not every investment, comes with a profit. Some comes with a learning experience. So yeah. Test helper, Bloom gifts, Zodiac online. Include me, Reach Games, Sydney Plumbers. All right. British Way, Andrew Hansen. Yeah. Just rewards. Premier AI with sugar. Great Dubai ice cliffs. I don't know what Dubai.xyz is doing. Okay, there was I don't know which year it was, but someone acquired Dubai.xyz, and the person got a lot of offers on that. I don't know where is it still sold or what's going on with that, but these types of things, when they float in the market, people know about it. Their offers were crazy, so people naturally get driven to such domain extensions, and they want to know more about the domain names that are selling and for what price. At least talking from the perspective of a domain investor. Why insurance? I don't think it's gonna work out here. Okay, so I looked at like 400 domain names, repetitive ones, but yeah, let's just see if we can find anything with one word. Something good. Show me something good. Gambol. You see, 37 domain extensions have been registered by this Gambol. Sandalwoods, defection, Gambol obviously, because Bharat, Bharata, if I'm pronouncing it right. Written, Logic, Theopolitics. Now if you see over here, this is only 4-letter domain. So the reason why it has so much of registrations is because it is 4-letter. Okay, if you look at .com, you can find, but you got to pay a price. Not much, but there will be a surge. Okay, and when there will be a surge, these types of domain extensions, the domains will make sense. This can be a short form of a company, who knows, but this is where the .xyz domain extensions and some other domain extension, not talking about the top level ones, not talking about the .coms, the .org and the .net, they would not charge you with premium renewals, but the .xyz is not going to miss a chance to do that. Okay, so this is why you will see a lot of xyz domain names expire. That would make hell lot of sense. Let me show you. And if you try to register them, they will cost a lot just for the registration and renewal. Okay, now let me show you. Let me show you. Okay, so let's just check the registrations only. Look at this now. This, let me zoom it. All right, so we here you see travel.xyz. Now this has been registered in 502 domain extension. Why isn't anyone picking it? It's still available for a purchase, and if you check its price, you will tell me. Okay, I already know the price. Okay, so of these types of domain names, they charge a good amount for registration of such names. Houston.xyz, even that is not taken. Beds.xyz, again the same reason. Okay, the same reason, they charge premium renewals and premium registration cost for such names. This is why they are dropped and no one is picking it. I mean, companies with a huge budget wouldn't mind buying these types of names, but you know still I would rather spend that much amount of money on the domain, the .com, the .org, or the top level ones. I'll rather pay them, make an offer, or do something, but then getting these types of domain names under my belt, and pay heavy renewal prices every year for that. This is the reason these types of domain names expire. Companies invest on it initially, but this becomes a liability. I've talked about this. There is everything I've talked about. I mean, I just want to see that day where I would say that I don't have anything left to say anymore. Until then, I will keep on doing what I do. This is what I love. Okay, so there's no point. And I guess this is pretty much it for today. Just 20-30 minute quick live. Just wanted to check in. And I exist. Yeah, schoolgirls.xyz, great. So Lazy Bird, that's a good name. Oh, it expired yesterday. Lazy Bird, I like it. So you see these types of domain names, the 4-letter ones: rare verbs, cat, cricket, tree. Oh, this was beard. So now I guess we are done with this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.